don't understand what you just said.
So who has
You
been
just said that Tinubu is too big to speak to Nigerians.
Those who
what do you mean by the person of Tinubu's caliber? Who is Tinubu?
Those who you went to meet in Niger, those organized private sector, are they Cameroonians? Are they Ghanaians? Are they Mauritanians?
Let me tell you something, right?
You can't choose a method.
That town hall meeting, as far as I'm concerned, was organized well enough. It wasn't in a marketplace. It was in Abuja, in a hotel, in a venue.
To be biased. Arise TV is not
biased
to be biased. So, even if you want to,
Arise TV, let me tell you. But if you don't want me to Arise TV is not biased to Peter Obi.
I have my problems with Arise TV. Personally, I also have my problems with Arise TV. Hold on, and that their presenter Rufai, or what's his name? That's where my problem started with them. Baba enter problem, Concord governor. I worried with that. That worried me. It's like as I am now. I have headache, and I now call Pastor Adeboye to pray for me. Meanwhile, I mean they criticize them. So that I'm not saying they are biased, but for me, that thing rubbed me the wrong way, and that's why personally I worry about them personally. I agree with what you've been saying, Brume, because no candidate should be too big to come for a town hall meeting or whatever it is. I agree with that 100%.
So if they want to
but
debate,
Olu also raised a point. It might not be a point exactly. I won't call it a point that Arise TV is biased, but it robbed me. Arise TV robbed me personally the wrong way. I won't use the word bias, but they robbed me the wrong way.
I think Dr. Abati is biased. I think Rufai is somebody who seems to stand neutral and talks about the real issues most of the time. But Abati talks like a politician, right? So sometimes, you have to read between the lines to understand exactly where he stands, But generally speaking, Arise TV is definitely not on the side of Peter Obi, for sure. I don't know who they support.
Don't worry with what I want to say now. I will not mention Obi so that you won't be agitated. You see, the Rufai you mentioned, what I always tell people is this. If you want to be a journalist, be a journalist. If you want to be an activist, be an activist. If you want to be a politician, be a politician. A journalist must be objective. It must be seen for you to be objective. Do you understand? You are not supposed to be seen as a biased person. I don't see that in Rufai. There's a difference between rapid housing, you understand, just creating so many narratives and all those, just throwing figures. Do you understand? Than looking at issues. For example, he was talking in one of his shows, he was talking that, the out of school children. Do you understand? What narrative is he creating when you could have looked at number of children of a child that is being enrolled yearly and compare it with states? But he's looking at a different narrative. So those are the issues. We all have our opinion anyway. Do you understand? Nigerians like it when people are just combating, attacking government, criticizing government. Do you understand? Nigerians love that. But that doesn't make it objective. That doesn't make it fair. Do you understand? They're just making, those are the things people like now. We have seen activists in the past in Nigeria that Nigerians love them. They carry them like they are the best. But when they get themselves into political appointment, they flop. I don't want to mention names of all those activists in the past that are now politicians. But we know them. I don't want to mention names. So those are the issues. It's a different ball game again when you now get yourself involved in government. It's a different thing. But as an activist, People will like you because you are criticizing God. Nowhere in the world that the people like their government. They like their government to be criticized. That's the way it is. So people will hear you when you're, and when, don't forget, when you're also doing that, the Western world may also like you. If you are carrying a negative news and all that, they will like you. Because technically, you have become their agent. They don't want you to talk about good news in Africa. Sometimes they don't want you to talk about good things in Nigeria and all the rest.
Well, nobody talks about good news anyway.
Wait now, when you are technically, unknowingly,
Hey, Olu.
Is it me or is your network bad? I think you're frozen.
you know.
All right. Welcome back.
That is true. Where's Team Matiko?
We can't find them. So we might have to do a two-man horse today. Sadly, we're supposed to come tomorrow, but for one reason or the other, I rescheduled back till today, but they were informed, and I wish I had called. I wish I had called them personally. Olu. Try.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you. Can, yeah, I think you are back.
Okay.
No, Olu, switch on your Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Switch on and off your Wi-Fi. I'm taking you out and bringing you right back. You are breaking. Just switch on and off your data. Someone said US has dropped bomb. Which bomb have they dropped? Brume, can you see me?
I can see you.
Clearly or?
Very clearly, very clearly, very clear. I think Olu is out.
I took him out. So I can,
okay.
I told him to reset his data on and off.
Okay, I think it's back.
Olu Baba.
Yes, my brother.
Brume, they talk of his wife. Me say, God don't bless me with very fine wife. Over fine, they worry my own. She's set like Setina. So, what were you guys saying? Let's quickly round this part off and move to something else. If you're ready for the debate, let me know. What's our topic today?
Our topic is foreign policy and international relations.
Foreign policy and international relations. All of you who have been supporting Taste Buds NG, thank you very much. Remember, she caters to events, staff canteen management, corporate events. If you're having a get together or a party, she can supply the food. She can also manage the venue. Then food in bowls. You want to order food in bowls, home delivery. She does not order. She does not do food per plate. I want to eat. I want one plate of amala and gbegiri with one catfish head. She does not do that one. WhatsApp her right now. Thank you all so much. +234 909 644 8433. So I've sorted out Clash of the Supporters. I mean, our what's that thing called? Star Wars. So, ladies and gentlemen, even though Timatiku Abubakar is not represented here, but we still have. We hope Timatiku will join us later. We have Team Tinubu, and we have Team Peter Obi, and Star Wars has already started. Somebody has bought stars, but it did not. Natalie Heavenly La Rose. Where are they see all this? We get all this kind of fine name. Natalie Heavenly La Rose, but she did not. She did not say who she's buying stars for. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hurry right now to Clash of the. I said to my Facebook page and declare the support you have for your candidate. Let us see who can win Clash of the support. What am I saying? Who can win Star Wars today? It's like I don't want to sell my stars. Clash of the supporters Star Wars is going down on my Facebook page. Whoever wins Star Wars gets a free post for their candidate. So if Tinubu wins, we're going to celebrate Tinubu tomorrow. Yay! If Peter Obi wins, we're going to celebrate obedience tomorrow. Yay! Huh? Facebook, Brume, don't go. Hey, Brume. Brume, don't go there. Go show them. Fire them. Yes.
I cannot find you on Facebook.
Daddy Freeze. It's there now. I'm live. I can find myself.
Okay, let me see.
Look at me there. Gesticulating, raising my hand, wearing blue shirt. I'm there live. So how do you buy stars? It's so easy. Go to your Facebook handle. Okay? Go to the search bar on the top right hand corner. Type Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. You will see my page will pop up. Be there to check the verified badge. There's a blue badge there. And right under it, it says Peter Obi, Clash of the Supporters, Peter Obi versus Dino Melaye. That's what I titled it. Scroll down a little bit and you can see the video. Under the video, right there under the video, you can see where to buy stars. Hey, Brume don't buy 1,000 stars. So Peter Obi is leading Star Wars. Officially, Star Wars never starts. Star Wars. Someone says you are here, Emma Gbowiri. Charles Lewis. He says
support Daddy Freeze and sport,
Charles Lewis says you are here to catch out, Mr. Man. The only thing that needs catching now is your brain because it has run away. Better run and catch it. I fall from Okunu. Kotori Barada, be able to balaga. Collect banning and blocking and rapture. To the rest of us, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're ready, we are ready. The topic is international relations. Right? International what again? Abioludu?
Foreign policy and international relations.
Where is Timatiku? Come and buy star. Oh. Foreign policy. And international relations. Where is Timatiku? All right, ladies and gentlemen. A 5-minute time limit. Who goes first?
Yes, I go first.
Team Tinubu goes first. Maybe it will be less of a clash since it's just two of you. You guys can behave yourselves, Abi. 5-minute time limit. 5-minute time limit. Over to Team Bola Ahmed Tinubu. By the way, come and buy stars to support your team too and get a free post. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So over to you. 5 minute time limit. I'm timing you.
Okay. So, good evening, good morning, viewers, and my name is Olushola, as you already know. We are talking about foreign policies and international relations today, and we all know that's a mechanism for that government used to guide diplomatic interactions and relationships among nations and all that. So, and Nigeria has its own foreign policies, which is these are common things, which is to protect Nigerians against all form of external aggression, promote the best possible outcome for Nigeria in all engagements with other nations, and improve Nigeria's standing and dignifying among the country of nations. That's the goals of every nation in their foreign policies. However, Tinubu has come up with a manifesto, very strong manifesto. I think the other candidate does not even believe in manifesto. He doesn't have manifesto. But when you look at Tinubu manifesto, which talk about his foreign policies, he highlights so many areas which is looking at for his candidate. Number one, Tinubu wants Nigeria to be the leader of African continent. Do you understand? We should be leading in all areas of the engagement. That's how it used to be. Nigeria used to be giant of Africa, but today, the things are not the way it's supposed to be. Now, he was also talking about active diplomacy to end conflict in sub-Saharan, especially West African region. Do you understand? Where you have maybe foreign relation ministers and minister of defense meeting. Do you understand? Regularly, to exchange ideas on how to, guide against terrorism and the rest. Tinubu also want to work with ECOWAS to ensure that, they can have a very good trade relationship. You understand? He also talk about in his manifesto climate change, how we can, make our environment, we can enhance our environment and the rest. You understand? He also looking at having a very good relationship in World Trade Organization. Do you understand? And, Tinubu is also looking at forming a G5. In his manifesto, he has a G5. He's looking at having a G5 great African country which can come together to promote the interest of Africa. Do you understand? And so that we have and also have a better agencies coordination, in Nigeria. So that's basically what Tinubu's manifesto is all about. We talk about trade because the whole essence of having a foreign policy is to have a trade advantage, just like China and the rest. Do you understand? So Tinubu want to position Nigeria in that direction. I will also mention here that, under this administration, Buhari administration, Nigeria is moving in the right direction. We have some international personalities that are occupying sensitive positions that will affect our foreign policy. People like Akinwumi Adesina, who was re-elected in 2020 under this Buhari administration. He was supported by Buhari administration, to continue as African Development Bank. We have Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is the Director General of World Trade Organization. He was supported by this Buhari administration. So when Tinubu is saying he's going to continue with this present government policy, those are some of the areas. Continue to support Nigerians to all these sensitive positions. Because one way or the other, it's going to help us as a nation. Do you understand? To get our international relations right. We have Amina Mohammed, who is a Deputy Secretary General of United Nations. He was appointed under this Buhari administration. We have the late Mohammed Sanusi Bakindo, who was Secretary General of OPEC. He was appointed under Buhari administration. We have Bukar Tijani, we have Bola Adeshola, we have Samaila Zubair, who is President CEO of African Finance. We have Chile Ebo Osuji, who is the President of International Criminal Court in A. He was appointed Under this Buhari administration, it was supported in 2018. So when you have all these things in place, you are positioning yourself for a very effective and good. You have a voice in United Nations, you have a voice in criminal court, you have a voice in all these international organizations. It will boost your foreign policies and international relations. And this is the direction the state Tinubu want to go. And if you look at this from Lagos perspective, you will see that Lagos is attracting the best investment in Nigeria because of all this. So sometimes when we talk about track record, this is what we mean. When you want to trust somebody, you look at what is happening in the state, Lagos. Lagos is attracting the best foreign investment and inflow because of their strategies. You understand what I'm saying? So that is basically, how Tinubu want to run his administration. Do you understand? So that is all this issue. I can remember there was a time Tinubu was invited to Democratic and DNC convention in US. Do you understand? Although it's a generic invitation. Do you understand? He attended their DNC convention and all that, so that he can have, I think yesterday, China envoy, they came to meet Tinubu because they already see him as the next president of Nigeria. The China envoy came with their full delegation to come and meet him in his Abuja office because they already know that, that may likely, Tinubu may definitely be the next president of Nigeria. And, when you also look at some of the policies of of US, for example, US has what we call AGOA, African Growth and Opportunity Act. It was enacted in May 2000 and all that, just to boost international trade relations between US and sub-Saharan Africa. Do you understand? And this is where agriculture is very important. Remember, Tinubu went to Mina to have to have a town hall meeting with farmers, with agriculture, because we want to support them. Do you understand? So that, because we already have that advantage, in AGOA, because of what we are currently, exporting to US in that area, we can boost it because this act is still existing. It is going to end in 2025. AGOA is going to end in 2025. So we are exporting cocoa to America. We are exporting so many products like that. So he wants to also look at the area of agriculture because you can't talk about trade, foreign policy without talking about trade. Finally, one of the things that has been a very big problem for Africa is image making. We are not managing our image very well. We dwell so much on negative news. You cannot be talking about negative stories and you expect foreign countries to take you serious. You have to project your country positively. When you hear Obi talking, he will say Nigeria has been destroyed. Nigeria is in a mess. Nigeria is scattered. That's what you see Obi saying. You can't be saying that because when you say that, you are demarketing your country. For a man who studied market-to-market management.
Time up.
Okay, thank you.
Over to you. He got 7 minutes, so you get 7 minutes too, Brume. Let's hear it.
Fantastic. Great. And good evening, Nigerians, or good morning, afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Brume, and I represent a generation of Nigerians that have woken up and are wanting to take this country back from the old generation of, I don't want to call them names, but people that have not meant well for the country in the past, including, the people that happen to be contesting alongside Mr. Peter Obi. The topic for today is foreign policy and international relations. And before I start babbling about what Peter Obi is going to do about our foreign policy, I'll just talk briefly about what foreign policy and international relations means, just to provide some context and let you know who is responsible for what exactly, right? So, foreign policy is simply the policy of a sovereign state with other states, right? The word policy itself means that it doesn't change. So Nigeria's foreign policy has been very Afrocentric, meaning that we have mainly positioned ourselves as the giants of Africa, responsible for maintaining peace and unity in Africa, especially West Africa, right? The African Union, ECOMOG, we've seen how we've gone to other countries, Sierra Leone, past Liberia, on peacekeeping missions just to keep the place, safe. Unfortunately, we can't even say that we are a peacekeeper now. We can't in our own country, right? So that's that for that, right? Now, international relations will explain how we relate with other states, not just countries, but organizations like the United Nations, for example, or even multinational companies, right? Now, the aim of international relations is to try to maintain peace by dialogue, by diplomacy, by talking, meeting, resolving conflicts and problems before the need for military intervention. When there is a break in international relations, for example, you have wars, right? So, the person that is responsible, that is the poster boy, that is the face of foreign policy, is the president of the country, right? He has the primary responsibility for shaping the foreign policy, right? Yes, I said it doesn't change, but just like a CEO takes over a company and everybody looks at the CEO as a representation of people look at your president as a representation of the country, right? He has the power to sell Nigeria and Nigerians to the world and project our image. Unfortunately, right now we have a president foisted on us by the current candidate for the APC, who was the party leader, that has done a very bad job at projecting the image of Nigeria first. Think about it. Called our youth lazy, youth that have distinguished themselves in so many fields. See, he said that his wife belongs to the kitchen and the other room. What does that say about Nigerian men? What people abroad think about us? He said openly that he will not do anything for regions of the country that did not vote for him. That says that we are tribalistic. Remember, the president shapes the foreign policy, right? He has begged international community to write off our foreign debt, money that we borrow. What does that say about our fiscal responsibility? David Cameron openly said that Nigeria was a fantastically corrupt country. Why? Because Nigerian politicians are being indicted abroad for crimes against Nigeria. But they walk about freely in Nigeria. What does that say about Nigeria right? Look at NSAS. NSAS was internationally broadcasted. It trended globally. The Nigerian government did not care and still went ahead to shoot Nigerian citizens. And then Nigeria went ahead to stop freedom of information by blocking Twitter from operating in Nigeria, right? So we're talking about foreign policy and protecting and elected somebody who has done a very bad job, very, very bad job at projecting our image. What about Nigerians living abroad? We say that the green passport is useless, right? Not just the green passport. The way we are treated and perceived when we say we are Nigerians abroad. Let's look at xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Who saves Nigerians? Not Nigeria, not the Nigerian embassy. This airline, the private airline, who brought Nigerians back from Ukraine when there was a war? It was Air Peace. Sorry, I said Peace Airlines. Air Peace, before the fact checkers will have my head, right? So the Nigerian government does nothing for Nigerians at all. Nigerians can go through harrowing experience in different countries, discrimination, maltreatment, but the Nigerian nation does nothing for its citizens abroad. This is part of foreign policy and international relations. You can't mess with America and Nigeria. Okay? Now, who do you want to represent you? Like I said, the president is the face of your foreign policy, right? The APC has settled for a past governor of Lagos State. Now, you want a poster boy that is embroiled in a scandal involving returning the proceeds of drug trafficking to the United States government. The papers are out there in the open. You cannot have a past drug dealer as your president. Nobody will take you seriously. 100 million Nigerians, and the only person that wants to elect is somebody that has returned drug trafficking money. By the way, some people say he's 80 years old, some say he's 75. The average age in Nigeria is 18. So it's a sharp contrast from the average age of the current generation. We don't need a geriatric patient to lead us in Nigeria, right? One of the other candidates. Today, he cannot apply for a US visa like yourself and myself. He has to pay lobbyists upwards of some people's annual salary just to get a United States visa and proceed to go abroad with no plan, no aim. So you need somebody who can go abroad and project a positive image. Peter Obi travels. Before he travels, he has an itinerary, a plan. We know when he's going to meet things in advance. Somebody went abroad with a bunch of suited men and had no plan whatsoever and blamed his bad planning on Peter Obi still. It shows you that these people can't take responsibility. Now, who do we Nigerians, we have distinguished ourselves in many fields, right? Everybody on this life, for example, from Daddy Swiss to open to myself, whatever we are in life, we have done it by our strength as Nigerians. Whiskey, Davido, Burna Boy, all these people project a positive image of Nigeria. Individually, we are respected for our accomplishment, but as a country, we are ridiculed because of bad leadership. We need a leader, first of all, with some integrity, enough integrity that when he walks into a committee of leaders with integrity, he gets respected. Not an ex-drug dealer or people who cannot explain their source of wealth or have been involved in money laundering, right? We need somebody that can make important submissions on world stages like the United Nations. If you can't come out and debate for your people, in front of your people, with your people, then how do you want to talk to people like Joe Biden and Trump and Justin Trudeau? If you can't talk to engage with your own people, right? What is foreign policy? What's international relations? It's talking, it's meeting, it's projecting your image. If you can't project your own image amongst your citizens, then you failed from the very start, right? Now, Peter Obi has said something, right? Talking about foreign policy, right? He said, look, we need to conquer poverty in Nigeria first before we go outside, right? Because you have nothing to offer your people. If you're not doing well, you won't even be taken seriously by other nations of the world. Why do we take Singapore and UAE seriously? Progress they've made as nations first, right? So he says, look, if you have a strong economy and an expected economic development pace that is strong, that reflects on your foreign policy. The way people will take you, see you, and relate with you is a function of the progress that you make as a nation. As of today, if you look at Nigeria, we're headed south. We don't get respect based on our accomplishment, right? So we cannot have a strong foreign policy today if we cannot contribute, if we cannot fix what we have inside. There's no way we can contribute outside to the way Nigeria is going today, right? So we have to focus on development, on building a future for Nigerians. It's somebody that can go out of Nigeria and that can travel freely to all countries of the world. Today, the other two presidential candidates are not exactly welcome in all countries of the world. Take my word, you can Google it, right? But with Peter Obi, we can be rest assured that a lot of the things that bedevil Nigeria are bad image projection and lack of collaboration with other countries. So, okay? The UK government has given Peter Obi accolades. People from the US, foundations, Bill Gates and co. He's known internationally, right? He's lived abroad. He's an international businessman. He's been on the boards of several international bodies and he's known as somebody who does not take corruption as an option, who is fiscally responsible. Where we are today, we need somebody who is super responsible, right? So many things that Peter Obi will help with our foreign policy. Our embassies and high commissions need to stop just being bodies to give out passports. They need to help Nigerians living abroad. We need to gain the respect as the country first. And the only way to get that respect right now is to get 2023 right. Okay? So people, get your PVCs and make sure you vote right. Forget sentiments, forget tribalism, forget party affiliations. Let us vote for the candidate that has integrity, that can project a positive image. Remember, the president is the poster boy for the foreign policy that we have in Nigeria. If we get it wrong today, we get it wrong forever. And I don't know if Nigeria can survive making a mistake in 2023. Thank you very much.
All right, wonderful session. Just two people participating, and right now somebody just got $1,000. I think that's for Team Tinubu. Ima Okele is Team Tinubu, if I check correctly, because you didn't.
Is Team Peter Obi.
She didn't write anything, so she didn't mention anything. So I'll just say it's Team Tinubu so that they can be fair. Ima Okele, quickly run and buy more stars and put Team Obi there.
Please confirm, Daddy, please confirm.
Ima Okele is Team Peter Obi, confirmed, 100%.
Confirm.
Remember one Star Wars that we had where she was.
Say you dey whine me, Brume. Say you dey whine me. Come, make you go declare who get them. When you dey buy stars, always put your name. I always put the name of the team you are supporting. Look at Brume. He said Team Obi. Team Obi. Big shout out to Brume. Big shout out to Ima Okele. And I'm going to be hailing everybody that supports me today. Big shout out also to TJ and Natalie Heavenly La Rose. All right, guys. To buy stars is so simple. All you need to do is go to my Facebook page. It's the verified one, Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE, with the verified badge. 744,000 followers on Facebook. And you click on today's video, you would see me there talking alone, waving my hand. Yes, that's me. Come there and support us. We have Team Atiku, 0 stars. Team Tinubu, we are not sure if it's the 1,000 stars. So Ima Okele, you have to come and change it. Ima Okele, you have to come and change it. Come and add something.
Is in Peter Obi.
Anyway, let me tell you something, Brume. Even if she's not in, let's even imagine she's Team Peter Obi. Now draw, she draw you, she no win you.
Yes, we are working together with IT.
So it's a draw. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Star Wars continues. Who's going to be declared the winner of Star Wars while we enjoy the conversation? Now, you need to also know that despite despite the fact that I forgot what I was about to say. I don't the old. All right. We're also going to be, so far we've not had winners on the debate proper, and that's because we've not had a proper means to host the debates with regards to a voting system. So please do download this app. We're going to be using it, and you'll be able to vote. So at the end of every debate, we'll have a demo. We'll have Star Wars. Anybody can go and buy stars, but we'll also have a voting public choosing the candidate of the day. Say, my sister Sandra Ghana and Tinubu supporter. Hey, Omo, Sandra Ghana has just sent us 2,500 stars. Hey! So, Team Tinubu, Abisandra. Team Tinubu, 2,500 stars. Team Obi, 2,000 stars. They've confirmed that Ima Okele is Team Peter Obi. She's obedient. So 2,000 stars from Team Obi, 2,500 stars from Team Tinubu. Looks like this race is going to be sweet. Over to the next chapter, by the way. Download this app because we're going to be using it to vote. Please, the app is called ClueGate. You can download it on iOS and Android. Okay, this is going to help voting on this particular show easy as we get into the meaty, nitty-gritty of this particular debate. ClueGate, that's what it's called. ClueGate. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much, Sandra Ghana, 2,500 stars. Thank you for putting Tinubu on the map today. What are the Obedience going to do about this? Team Tinubu is leading. Obedience, I know you're up for it. Atiku, una they win this Star Wars even without being in the war. No problem. Come today, make we see you. Where is Black Mentolator? Make una tag am, make you come. All right, guys. So time for the rebuttals.
Yeah.
I'm so exhausted mentally. And let me just be honest with you guys. There's one lady we're raising money for as charity. There's so many lies in the story, so it stressed me out today, man. It's hard to help people in this Nigeria. Anyway, guys, so rebuttals. What is Team Obi going to say? And what is Team Tinubu going to say in return? Since we don't have Team Atiku here, I think it is fair that we have a 7-minute time limit since it's just the two of you. What do you think? 5 minutes, 7 minutes? 7 minutes? What do you want?
7 is okay.
Yeah.
So
7 is okay. 7 is okay.
Huh.
7 is okay.
Ima Okele. Leading Star Wars currently with 3,550 stars for Team OB, while my beautiful sister, gorgeous and amazing, Binta Ghana, aka Sandra Ghana, 3,000 stars, coming in at number 2, and Brume coming in at number 3 with 1,000 stars. So totally, Peter Obi has 4,500 stars, as against Tinubu's 3,000 stars. Tinubu are not playing today, but looks like Peter Obi is back in the lead. Star Wars continues. Somebody has done something again. Who can it be? We'll find out when we come back. Now, it's time to debate. Rebuttals. Team Tinubu goes first. Let's hear this.
okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. When Brume was talking, he was actually talking. I would dwell on some of the things, the allegation he made about Tinubu being a drug baron and Tinubu not being able to enter US. You understand? So, first and foremost, there is something we all need to understand. You cannot be a drug baron in US and you will not go to jail. You will not experience jail time. It is not possible. You must be convicted or you will be indicted. You can't be a drug baron on the basis of forfeiture of money or something. So it is totally, completely a lie. There is nowhere where Tinubu was indicted or convicted of drug crime in US. There is nowhere. So what we have is, forfeiture. And anything can be a reason why, you have a forfeiture. Somebody can pay money to your account that is not yours. If they find out that is the way it is, you forfeit it because it's not your money. All these things happen. So it doesn't necessarily, there's nowhere. Then he cannot enter US if he has a visa. He actually has a US visa, which expires in 2023. And after this drug traffic story you guys are saying, he still went to US for their DNC convention in North Carolina. Tinubu attended the DNC convention in Carolina. He doesn't have a case with these people. The Inspector General of Nigeria, have done extensive investigation on him. When Obasanjo, his arch enemy, was the president of Nigeria, they could not find anything on him. So, I've said this several times, you are not going to win election by propaganda, blackmail, lies, and all that. No. You will win election based on facts and facts that is available. I will leave it at that. Tinubu said he's going to continue with Buhari's administration, do you understand? And he will improve on those areas. Now, you are talking about, Buhari doesn't have any achievement of foreign policy. He was talking to anybody anyhow. No. In the history of Nigeria, it is only Buhari administration that has had a direct investment decision with government of other country, government to government. For example, US. Buhari has a direct agreement with Trump when Trump was president to buy weapons and ammunition. Those ammunition are arriving in Nigeria now. We are having all those equipment. Same thing is happening in Turkey. The defense, the chief of defense is in Turkey as we speak now. Do you understand? for the drone agreement they have to bring drones to Nigeria and all that. Buhari also have a direct agreement with Germany. You know, that is where you have this Siemens deal on electricity. There is no government in Nigeria that has achieved that. You understand? So basically, when we are saying all these things, we need to talk with fact. Also, in the history of Nigeria, it is known that Buhari has the highest support for Nigerians in international engagement, who has an international position. And I've listed them here. I've talked about them. We have Akinwumi Adesina, who Buhari supported to become African Development Bank when he was re-elected. We have Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who was supported by Buhari to become the Director General of World Trade Organization. That organization is key to Tinubu administration. We have Amina Mohammed, who is the Deputy Secretary General of United Nations. We have Mohammed Sanusi Bakindo, is late now, who was also supported by Buhari to become Secretary General. I can list them. There are more than 10 of them. No president in the history of Nigeria has opportunity to have people in position in international community. So when we are talking about all these achievements, you know, you should know that this administration has done a lot in that regard. Now, I've read the manifesto of Tinubu to us here. Obi does not have manifesto. Everything Brume is talking about is just talking about it from his head. Obi does not have manifesto. I just read Tinubu manifesto to you, you know, and he wants Nigeria to become a leader in Africa. You understand? He wants to end transactional terrorism. You understand? All these conflicts we are having. He wants to form G5 of Africa's biggest economy so that, you know, they can have a common position that will benefit Africans in general. Do you understand? He wants to maintain, you know, better interagency coordination. So these are some of the things that Tinubu wants to do. And like I told you, you understand, when you look at the example of Lagos, how do you know that somebody is doing well in foreign policy? How do you know that somebody is doing well in international relations? It must reflect. It must reflect in your trade agreement. It must reflect in the foreign investment that is coming to your country. As at the second quarter of 2022, Lagos State attract the highest foreign investment to Nigeria. Nigeria has $1.54 billion foreign investment as at second quarter of 2022. Guess what? Only Lagos attracted $1.05 billion out of 1.54 in all the 36 states in Nigeria. So that is how you know when somebody has a very good policy. So when we say, you know, charity begins at home, most time when we talk about track record, that's the reason. Everything Brume is saying now, Obi will do this, Obi will do that. There is no evidence that this was done when he was in Anambra. There is no any evidence of foreign investment flowing to Anambra the way it's flowing to Lagos. So those are the issues. Everybody can make promises, but what have you done in the past? That is the issue here. And that's what we are talking about, which Obi does not have. It is unfortunate. I cannot scrutinize Obi's what he's saying now because he has said so many things that is not true. So it's even very difficult for us to hold him accountable to what he's saying. He has been lying 24/7. He was talking about AMPP in town hall meeting. So many lies that I cannot even be counting them now. It's too much. So we can't hold him. Assuming Obi has a manifesto now, I can scrutinize the manifesto and look at it that does this person actually, you know, there is something you can look up to. He does not have. Brume, whatever you are saying today about Obi, there is no basis. Because there is no evidence that he's going to do it. He's not committed to it. You can't pin him down on it because he does not have manifesto. Obi does not have manifesto. So those are the issues. I'm saying. Now we have Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as the head of World Trade Organization. And Tinubu is already meeting farmers, agriculture, people in agriculture in Niger, organizing a decent town hall meeting. What you can call town hall meeting, that's what takes place in Niger. Talking to those who are farmers so that we can get our product to the world, to the rest of the world. So that is how internal and foreign policy is done. You talk about Obi is not a saint, oh, my brother. Don't be deceived.
Huh.
His name was found in Pandora Papers. His name was found in Pandora Papers. That is a tax haven where criminals, money launderers, they normally hide money. That is what they call Pandora. His name was there. Tinubu that you are mentioning now, his name was not found there. Obi's name was there. Pandora Paper. That's what we are saying. Obi is into the business of importation. You can't be importing to your country and you say you are having a good foreign policy. It doesn't work that way.
All right. Time up. Big shout out to Team Tinubu, delivering their rebuttals. Brume on the charge. He's already say yes, it's going in live. But before Brume goes in, I need to make an announcement. I need to make an announcement, guys, before Brume even says anything. I need to make an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Star Wars has taken a totally different dimension. Out of the blues, Team Tinubu took the lead against Team Peter Obi briefly, with my beautiful Sandra Ghana getting 4,200 stars. But then the combined effort of Brume, Ron Weber, Chibuzo Nwokoye, and Ima Okele took them to 5,000 stars. So big shout out and big clap for Team Peter Obi. Not yet. The Black Tormentor is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, real estate investor, Black Mentor and his wife are here. Team Atiku supporters, they just put down 10,000 stars, which is more than the combined effort of Team Obi, who are actually here, and Team Tinubu, who are actually here. How does Atiku win a race he's not running inside? Ladies and gentlemen, this would be incredible, but it looks like Team Atiku Abubakar is currently leading the clash of the supporters, Star Wars. Big shout out to Black Mentor, who came through for Team Atiku Abubakar. Obedience, you cannot allow this to happen. You guys were leading. Team Tinubu tried it, you overtook. You started with a lead. The debater here started leading. Team Tinubu came, took over, he collected it back. Black Mentor now has taken it over now. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Black Mentor. He is with us tonight. Black Mentor don't start, and we don't even see him. He just by the stars run. Leading Star Wars, Team Atiku Abubakar. So over to you, rebuttals. You also have your 7 minutes. My lovely brother, Brume. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Let's do this.
So, I don't like to come out which is the tactic that the opposition has taken, because now you guys are the opposition. You're no longer the mainstream party, right? You have to defend yourselves, and it's very difficult to defend failure. So I can just imagine what position you are in right now, having to stand up or sit down or whatever and defend the failure that is the APC, that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let us start with Tinubu's drug-related case, right? People keep talking about there's no conviction, you can't be a drug dealer in US and not go to jail. Let me tell you, right? They are different. They are different. Don't shake your hand, right? Have you heard of a plea bargain before? Have you heard of serial killers not getting the life sentence or murderers walking free simply because they helped to convict other murderers, right? So what happened in Bola Tinubu's case was a forfeiture, okay? He was the bagman for a drug syndicate and he forfeited $466,000 to the United States. The papers are in the public. Please, everyone on this call, Google Bola Ahmed Tinubu indictment. The papers are all over, everywhere for everybody to see. You can't deny this. I'm disappointed that a young man like you will defend this kind of unfortunate incident. It's disappointing, right? And for you to know, for you to understand how deep your denial is, right? Your principal will not even come out and even acknowledge the allegation, talk less of deny it. Now you mentioned Peter Obi's name was seen in Pandora Papers. That is all they saw, his name. What else? Can you trace public funds to Peter Obi's account? Has anybody done it? Peter Obi is the most scrutinized candidate of all the three. Till tomorrow, nobody has come out to say Peter Obi stole 1 billion. Nobody. Or should I start talking about what Bola Tinubu has stolen? Bodilon House. That was once the property of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Do you know that? Now, he wrote this bogus pension and gratuity law for governors, and with that has appropriated government property to himself. You talk about Lagos being, having a foreign policy that attracts investments, right? Let me tell you, my brother, people use Lagos #1 because of its unique position. It was once the capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Lagos has the best seaport in Nigeria. So it is the best location for fulfillment, bro, and finance. It's just a finance and fulfillment hub now, right? There are some Nigerians who are known as prolific entrepreneurs, right? One of them, for example, Aboyeji, right? He co-founded Mandela and Flutterwave. The third company he has co-founded, Future Africa, is not based in Lagos. It's based in Calabar. Okay? What happened to companies like Tech Mahindra, Safe Boda, Ulesson? Why did they leave Lagos? They went to Abeokuta and some other parts of Nigeria. Why are they leaving Lagos? It is difficult to do business in Lagos. The traffic is hell. It floods during the rainy season. There's no security. Everything that Lagos is happened before Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I cannot point at one single project that Bola Tinubu did. When I come to Lagos, I see the Lekki Link Bridge, the fantastic suspension bridge there. It wasn't done by Tinubu. Osho, the interchange, wasn't done by Tinubu. The new flyover you have close to Ajao Estate is going to the airport. It wasn't done by Tinubu. When you guys keep talking about Tinubu as this stalwart that built Lagos to be something that is in the sky, I don't even know. People talk about even erosion control, how we built Eco Atlantic, a privately owned project by the Chaduri brothers that puts the rest of Lagos mainland in danger of ocean encroachment in the future. So I struggle to imagine when you people keep talking about Tinubu as the one. Now you're telling me that Tinubu influenced NOI's UTO appointment. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was appointed by PDP governments. First by Obasanjo, and then by Goodluck. As soon as Buhari came, she took off because she wasn't going to stain her name with the corruption of the APC government. All the names that you called in this debate as Tinubu's appointee, AFDB, all of their names are currently being stained by the incompetency of the current APC government that your principal wants to come and continue. Now you keep talking about there is no manifesto. Peter Obi does not have a manifesto. Look, I can write a glossy manifesto and email to Peter Obi. 50 pages if you want. It doesn't make sense for somebody to have a manifesto and not even be able to come and explain his manifesto to the people. He had a chance to come and talk about it a few days ago at the Arise TV town hall meeting. Which is even better because in a town hall you can even explain. But no, he doesn't engage with You keep talking about how he engages with captains of industry in the north and somewhere, one town hall meeting or something per month. Peter Obi is engaging with Nigerians in economic class of planes. Look, a few days ago, I was on a Zoom meeting with Mr. Peter Obi himself, a Zoom call with my presidential. He's engaging, he's answering questions. Pandora Papers, he has answered questions over and over and over again. Has Bola Tinubu even acknowledged the fact that he was indicted in the US and returned money? Do you know what primary school he went to? Where is his primary school certificate? Do you know? There's so many things shrouded in mystery about your candidate that for me, it is shameful that the person of our generation would stand up and support him. By now, if I was a Tinubu supporter, with all these things happening, I would stand on the fence and say, I pray for Nigeria to be a better country. Because Tinubu is going to be a disaster. Now, look at all his public speeches in recent times. We're talking of foreign policy. Someone to go and have a debate, talk to Rishi Sunak. So can Tinubu sit with Rishi Sunak and have a civil conversation that makes sense? Someone that cannot make a 20-minute statement that is coherent, going on tangents left, right, and talking about climate change and the church rats and I can't even remember what he said, you know. So please, like, before you criticize Peter Obi, look at your candidate, look at him well, and go off the line and go to bed. Because the fact is that in a debate, honestly speaking, I would prefer to debate with a Showore person than a Tinubu person, because I cannot imagine today somebody supporting Bola Tinubu, honestly speaking. Now, you talked about Obi being an importer. Ask yourself, Dangote tried to balance the deficit in tin tomato importation, right? Where's Dangote's tomato factory today? Where are all the textile factories in Nigeria? Since Buhari started, over 160 manufacturing companies have left Nigeria. Many went to Ghana. So you think Peter Obi, as a smart businessman, would be stupid enough to establish a manufacturing firm in Nigeria that will hold up because of the very, 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 very harsh business climate that we have? You have to fix Nigeria first before you can attract investments. Okay? All the companies you mentioned in Lagos, many have folded up and are leaving because the Nigerian climate is harsh. It doesn't encourage business. Nigerians can't even export food that Nigerians consume abroad. The gari that I eat here is imported from Ghana, not Nigeria. So there's so many things wrong with Nigeria. So you can't say Peter Obi is an importer. He's a distributor, by the way. There's a difference. The same way you can distribute beer from Nigerian breweries, Peter Obi is a distributor, right? When Nigeria is fixed, I promise you, you won't even need Peter Obi again. People will come and establish companies that will compete and push people like Peter Obi out of the market because of competition, my brother, right? What else did you say that that got me ticked up here? I think I've covered all the points that you made, right? Furthermore, back to my point on integrity, right? The world will not take us seriously if, number one, we don't have a free, fair, and credible election next year. And number two, if we go ahead and elect old, recycled leaders that are in their 75s and 80s, these are geriatric people. Who know what geriatric means, right? These are people that should be in retirement homes, where they have no business living in a country that has an average age of 18. They have no business. I'm 40 years old. At my age, people like Obasanjo had already been president. People like Buhari were president. So why should we be electing somebody who is 80 years old? We have professors, we have people with 3-4 master's degrees, and want to elect somebody who we have not seen his primary school certificate. It's an embarrassment as far as I'm concerned. For us, I wish I was debating with somebody like Keyamo or Dino, somebody older, right? Or my mates, we did the same generation that have seen how things are, how good things can be, that know what we need on the world stage, the kind of person that we need to represent us. Go ahead and campaign for someone like Tinubu. Tinubu of 1993, yes, maybe somehow I would have said, okay, but Bola Tinubu of today, he needs to go and sleep, along with all the supporters. Pick someone else to support, and we will take you guys more seriously. But as far as I'm concerned, Atiku, Tinubu, with their history of crime and connections with money laundering and drug trafficking, on the world stage will not be taken seriously, first of all. But secondly, Nigeria as a country will not be taken seriously. And whenever we come out with our green passport, they will say, these people, if are not ready, you went ahead and elected old men that have a very, very, very battle history to lead you guys out of what? We're only going to go further, sir. And I promise you, my brother, with the history of your candidate, taking property that belongs to government for himself, of lying about developing Lagos into what it is not, of having a manifesto that was copied from MK Abiola and Buhari, bro, I promise you, if you haven't thought about it deeply, please think about it. And this manifesto you talk about, right? Peter Obi's manifesto is everywhere. It's on YouTube. Google Peter Obi foreign policy. You hear what he says about foreign policy. Peter Obi education. You hear what he says. He says it. We don't need to read a document. When I can watch a video of Peter Obi talking, we ask him questions on his Zoom meeting, he answers. So he's engaging with people, my brother. So all this talk about there's no money, we don't need a manifesto. Maybe you need to read it, but we follow Peter Obi every day. We hear his speeches, we listen to him, and we know what he wants to do because he has told us with his mouth. We don't need something written by some Harvard or MIT graduate that your candidate cannot even stand by. I don't think he has even read the full manifesto himself, right? So please, let's talk about manifesto. Let's forget about it. We need somebody that can come and project Nigeria's image positively. Like I said, the president is the poster boy of the country, of the foreign policy that we have in Nigeria already. And we need somebody who can come and, first of all, start redeeming the image before anything else. And those people are not Tinubu and they are not Atiku. Okay? That's why I'm standing with Peter Obi. I stand for what is right for Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Awesome. Before we move into the next phase, I'm gonna ask a Daddy Freeze question, but I must give you what the statistics are right now for Clash of the Supporters Star Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, a big shout out for Team Tinubu. They had 4,200 stars, courtesy my beautiful sister Binta Ghana. Team Tinubu coming in with 4,200 stars. Team Peter Obi, the combined effort of Ima Okele, Chibuzon Wokoye, Brume Ikogo, Ron Weber, and Peter and Brume Ikogo, they have a total, ladies and gentlemen, of 13,030 stars. Big shout out to Team Obi. 13,000 stars. But they came in at number 2, because at number 1, the combined effort of a husband and wife, power couple of the year 2022, Mercy and Joseph Nantoma, aka the Black Mentor and the Black Mentress. Big shout out to the elegant lady herself, Elegant Belle, who with her husband together are a formidable force, combining to have 23,000 stars for Team Atiku Abubakar. They're currently in the lead right now. Team Atiku Abubakar, even though absent in the debate, is currently leading thanks to Joseph Nantoma. Now, Team Obi, you are in the debate. Team Tinubu, you are in the debate. How can somebody that is not in the debate be showing you like this? I trust Ima Okele, only she 10,500 stars. Big shout out to Chibuzon Wokoye, only him 3,500 stars. Joseph Nantoma don't add another 1,000 stars just in case you are confused. Make una face am. No let person we know they this debate win debate too. May they not say we do our Nigeria style. You who did this debate, make una come put hand. Thank you for all the love and support from all of you. Time for a Daddy Freeze question. The pound crossed over 1,000 naira for £1, and the US dollar almost touched 1,000 naira for $1. What do you believe is to be blamed for this tragedy? And what do you believe is the solution? Over to you, Team Tinubu. And the question goes also to Team Peter Obi, Olu, and Brume. 5 minutes each. I want answers. Starting with you, Olu. Your 5-minute time limit begins right now.
Okay, thank you, Daddy Freeze, for this dollar exchange education. You know, it's very important, and I think one thing first we need to do, first and foremost, before this crisis, is to ask ourselves as the Nigerians, what do you actually need dollar for? It's a very important question. What do you need dollar for? You can't be in Nigeria where you spend naira, and we will be glamorizing and be talking about dollar. Yes, it's a global benchmark for currency, but what do we really need dollar for? It's a question we need to ask ourselves. That's number one. Number two, when we look at the cost of this exchange rate going up, it's as a result of devaluation. Naira has been devalued. It may not be official, but they have devalued naira. So the question is, what is the benefit? Why do we have to devalue naira? Why do we have to devalue our currency? That's the question. You can't be having a policy of encouraging exports and you want your currency to be strong. Your currency cannot be stronger when you are encouraging exports. So the question is, has our export improved when compared with the previous administration? The answer is yes. Nigeria used to be the largest importer of rice. Today, we are the largest producer of rice in Africa. So, which means the policy is working. The question is, what do we want as people? Do we want our currency to be stronger? Now, if you want a currency to be stronger, you also need to check your foreign reserve. Do you have enough foreign reserve to withstand the shock absorber that comes from importation? We don't have it. We don't have it. Good Luck met $62 billion in our foreign reserve. And as at the time he was living as the president of Nigeria, we only have $28 billion left. Because we are using our foreign reserve to service our importation. So, exchange rate was left at 198, 250. But we are paying the price from our foreign reserve. So that's the difference. In fact, during Good Luck era, we made over $400 billion in crude oil earnings. All the money was spent, $1 was not saved. The question is, what did they use those money for? But if you ask me today, has Buhari been able to improve on our foreign reserve? The answer is yes. Today, our foreign reserve is around $38 billion US. So, as a country, we need to choose, what do we want? Do we want to make our currency stronger, or do we want our currency to be devalued so that we can encourage export? So we need to ask ourselves that question. That's why I asked the first question, what do we need dollar for? And another thing I think we can do, is what the federal government is doing now. This they are redesign of note, what they are doing. It could also help in the long run to cushion the effect and all those things. But in all honesty, Nigeria should not be one. When exchange rate was around 500 or 400, 500, I think thereabout. When I was buying pepper, a pepper of 100 naira, it was very small. Recently, I bought pepper of 100 naira. It was a pepper that I used to buy for 500 naira. 300, 400 naira. That's the pepper I buy for 100 naira. I was asking what changed. They said, this is their season. This is the season of pepper. So, in a nutshell, our exchange rate is ballooning, and the price of pepper, tomato, is coming down because we are in the season. So, we are spending naira. Why are we bother about dollar? Do you understand? And most people that actually need dollar, maybe for their children's school fees, for their, maybe they want to travel for leisure and all these things, they can afford it. They can afford it. So why are you fighting the fight of the airlines? Why you keep complaining that dollar to exchange rate is 1,000? Do you spend dollar? You are fighting for the airlines. What do you need dollar for? That is the question I'm asking. What do you need dollar for? You are fighting for people who can actually afford it. So that's my take on this, Daddy Fleece. That's my take on the issue. Do you understand? This current government has decided that they want to embark on a policy of exportation. They want to improve on Nigerian export. And as a result of that, they devalue our currency. So if Obi comes tomorrow and he said he wants to embark on a policy of stronger currency, he can go ahead. But I can assure you, our foreign reserve will suffer for it. That's the difference. You cannot do the two at the same time, simultaneously. If I tell you Nigeria is now the largest producer of rice in Africa, I know Brume will say, but the bag of rice is 49,000, it's 50,000. That's the next question he will say. But my answer to that is that if you're a rice farmer and you have an opportunity to sell your rice, to export your rice, why will you sell it locally? When you are going to be selling in dollar, why will you sell your rice locally? So in that situation,
Time up.
there will be a shortage of supply.
Time up.
Shortage of supply. And when there's a shortage of supply, price goes up. Thank you.
Brume, your turn.
All right. So,
Time limit. Correcting the dollar. My question.
So the first, I'm sorry, I was taking some notes. I was taking some notes down. So I can see the first question they asked is, what do we need dollar for, right? And you know, what struck me was that we've listened to so much hubris from the political class that we don't even take time to study some things anymore, right? You know, and the thing that struck me from all your talk right now is that you don't understand the reason why we should have a good exchange rate. Okay, what do we need dollar for? Question: does Nigeria make cars? If I want to buy a car from the US, what am I going to spend? Naira? If I want to buy raw materials to manufacture from Switzerland, what am I going to spend? Naira?
Innocent produce car and he's selling
Naira? Does Tinubu have any IVM car? Does he have?
I'm just telling you.
Innocent does not produce enough cars to fulfill the demand for cars in the Nigerian market. There is no country that produces enough cars to fulfill demand in their country. Canada imports cars. The US Germany imports cars. Okay? Now, I'm just trying to answer your question, right? Why do we need dollars, right? The exchange rate is the first indication of the level of economic health of a country. This is the thing that most people watch. This is the most manipulated figure by any government. Have you ever asked yourself why the Central Bank of Nigeria has refused to let the exchange rate fly freely? Because you have to manipulate the exchange rate, number one, to attract foreign investors. If I bring $10,000 to Nigeria today to invest in the country, right? And 2 years later, even though I bought $1 million naira for $10,000, right? And 2 years later, I have made 4 more million, and I want to change it back. And instead of getting $10,000, even though I gained in naira, I make less, right? Then I'm not going to want to come and invest in your country, right? So there are a few things that affect the exchange rate of a country, right? Let's talk about a few. Interest rates. Interest rates are very high in Nigeria. Interest rates and inflation. It reduces our purchasing power relative to other countries. So there is no reason why I, as an investor, will bring money to Nigeria to invest. Every country needs foreign investors, including the big economies that you see. Canada is bringing people here because they are coming with money. Everybody likes foreign money to come into their country, right? Those indicators don't look good to foreign investors, so they keep their money to themselves. So we have less dollars in Nigeria, right? We have Nigerians trying to buy things in dollars, and there's heavy demand on the dollar. That's why the exchange rate is so high, right? Now, I don't know if you've heard of the current account deficit, right? So if as a country, right, as Nigeria, I am spending $1 million to buy things from America, America is spending just $1 million. It means that there is a $999 billion deficit between the two countries. So the balance of trade is not fair. What does that put pressure on? It puts pressure on one currency, and that's the naira. Because now you have a lot of naira looking for dollars to get that deficit fixed. So when Peter Obi says, hey, we need to move from consumption to production, what does he mean? It means that for every naira that is changed to US dollars to buy something from abroad, we need somebody abroad to change their US dollars back to naira to buy something from Nigeria. When shipping containers come to Nigeria, bringing all these cars and things, right? When the ships are running back, they load them with bags of sand so that they can meet the tar weight. Instead of loading with bags of sand, we need them to be loaded with products that were made in Nigeria. I just mentioned that even the gari that we buy here in Canada is imported from Ghana. So what will Peter Obi do about the exchange? I don't want to go on a tirade of different things, right? First, the consumption to production, and he has mentioned, right? He has said we need to balance trade between Nigeria and other countries, right? Our raw materials that we export, you mentioned Nigeria is an exporter of cocoa. You export cocoa at £1, and then you buy chocolate at $10. How does that help Nigeria? It doesn't help Nigeria. Instead of exporting cocoa, why don't we process the cocoa into chocolate here in Nigeria and export chocolates? These are the kind of conversations that we need to have, right? We export crude oil and import finished petroleum products. We lose already because crude oil is cheaper than finished petroleum. How does that help Nigeria? It doesn't. You talked about how Goodluck Jonathan and the PDP made so much money, right? What about all the debts that Nigeria had incurred under the Buhari administration that have not been used for capital projects that will bring revenue to the country? We borrow money to steal. Look at all the railways that we've constructed, billions of dollars, right? Other countries have constructed much longer railways or high-speed trains with less than half the money that we have spent. And we are here talking about how the current government is trying to increase exports, right? So look, we need dollars. Every country needs dollars, right? And the exchange rate is a very, very important economic indicator of our progress. And to fix that, we have to balance trade. We have to fix our financial policy, reduce inflation, reduce interest rates. I can't borrow money in Nigeria to start a business at less than 10% interest, right? We need to make sure that we have more purchasing power as Nigeria, because think about it. That if I remember on one line, you mentioned how much you bought your ticket, right? My ticket to Barbados was very cheap. I can take a small portion of my monthly salary and buy a ticket and fly. My friends, when they travel from Nigeria, they spend 3 or 4 months' salary to buy one ticket. Our purchasing power is down. So, bro, we need dollars. Everybody needs dollars. Not just dollars in USD. We need our exchange rate to be favorable. We need a balance of trade between Nigeria and other countries. If we keep on importing, it puts a lot of pressure on the Naira, and our exchange rate keeps going up. There is nothing that we are exporting out of Nigeria today that will give us enough foreign exchange to reduce our exchange rate. So that's something that we have to work on. The current account deficit, if Nigeria spends £1 billion to change money to dollars to buy things from abroad, that equivalent should be changed abroad to buy Naira to buy raw materials from Nigeria. That's the balance of trade. I buy your car, you buy my car. I buy your house, you buy my house. I don't come and buy your house and you buy my slippers. That's what's happening to Nigeria today. That's why our exchange rate is so bad. So there's no central bank governor that can come and just fix Nigeria with a policy. No. We have to fix the economy. The economy has to start working. We have to reduce insecurity. We need people to actually come and spend money in Nigeria too, right? You go to Ghana airport and you're traveling abroad from Ghana. You see the departure gate is full of Oyibo people with slippers and straw hats. They came for vacation. You go to the airport in Nigeria, it's only Nigerians that you find and expatriates that came to work that send their money back home. We need people to come and spend money in Nigeria. We need to boost tourism. We need to boost trade. We need to boost manufacturing. We need to improve security. There are so many things that have to be done to fix Nigeria. And all these things I mentioned, Italy has said he will do them in different forums. But the major thing is when he talks about taking Nigeria from consumption to production, right? Just to let people understand what consumption means. It means that Nigeria buys everything from abroad. We buy toothpicks, pencils, paper, cars, clothes. We buy everything from abroad. What are people from abroad buying from Nigeria? I would have said crude oil, but unfortunately, today, our production is very low. And we are buying finished petroleum products from abroad. That cancels out all the oil production that we have in Nigeria because it doesn't benefit us in any way. We have gold, we have other natural resources that there's no accountability for. So we cannot exactly track how much Nigeria is making from those resources, right? We have human resources. Unfortunately, they're all jackpying abroad. So we're not selling human resources to any part of the world like India is, right? So please, consumption to production is the key. manufacture more, let people be able to buy from us. Don't export the cocoa, process it here. Don't export the corn, make it into ethanol, make it into popcorn or whatever, and export the finished product outside Nigeria. That way, people like Peter Obi, who currently are distributors, will see the need to manufacture, right? So to do that, first of all, the business climate has to be improved. I should be able to confidently establish a business or not be scared that my business will collapse, which is the fear of many Nigerians, even in diaspora, who want to come and invest in Nigeria. We're scared because the business, one day government can just come and shut it down, like Gokada. You get me?
All right,
So-
time up, Bruman, time up. I'm enjoying today's debate. Quite a lot of back and forths, but we need to move into the Bass Boost segment. Peter, are you the one doing Bass Boost? I say Peter, Bruman.
No. It's more the voice.
Mo the voice. Who is doing Bass Boost for Team Tinubu? Olu?
I hope the young man here can stand more the voice. You need to go and drink some water, my brother.
Olu. Olu na chairman o. Olu na.
I actually enjoy all your response. Funny enough, we are both on the same wave. It shows from what you are even saying that we don't need dollar. That's from what you are saying. We don't need it. But it's okay, no problem. Maybe from Bass Boost, I will go back to some of what you have said.
All right.
I agree. We don't need dollars, right? We need to fix the
dollars.
exchange rate.
After I asked that question, we don't need it.
We need to fix the exchange rate.
We don't
we
need
need
it.
dollars.
But I will
Everybody
answer
needs
that question
dollars, actually.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
We need it. We need it to buy things from abroad.
The only two things Nigeria need dollar for. Do you want me to tell you? Only two things we need dollar for. Number one, agriculture. Anything that relates to agricultural produce, whatever, for our farmer, maybe equipment for agriculture. One. Then two, technology related. Because we are lacking behind. Anything that you improve technology, yes. And then, that's what we need dollar for. We don't need dollar for you want to buy a car, you don't need it.
Everybody.
If you are going to use dollar for
Everybody
that,
needs dollars.
with whatever price is.
We need dollars in Canada, bro. We need dollars in Canada.
No.
Chinese people need dollars. When I lived in Abu Dhabi, we needed dollars. When I lived in Angola, we needed dollars. Everywhere I have lived in the world, we needed dollars, right? Why do you have a travel X in every airport changing US dollars? Look.
Oh yeah, wait. We never entered Bass Boost now. Oh yeah, hold on.
Okay, we're talking of exchange rates here.
Hold on, guys. Peter. I say Peter. Brume. It's not yet time now. I know you go do Bass Boost. Calm down. Mo the voice is here, getting ready to go. But I need to talk about.
I'll mute my mic while
Did you notice?
Wait, Mo. Hi.
When Brume was entering him, he started scratching everywhere. Scratch here, scratch there, scratch no.
I did not notice. Wait. Okay, everybody just wait. Let me announce Star Wars so far. A big shout out to Team Tinubu. So far, they had through Sandra Ghana, that's Binta Ghana, 4,200 stars. Team Obi, on the other hand, Ima Okele, 10,500 stars. Chibuzo, 3,500 stars. That's about 13,000 stars. Ferdinand Iwognegbe, 1,000 stars, about 14,000. Brume, 1,000. That's about 15,000. Ron Weber, 530, a total of about 15,000 stars. And then the Nantomas, Joseph Nantoma, aka Black Tormentor, 21,000 stars. His wife, Mercy Nantoma, aka Mrs. Tormentor, 3,000 stars. So totally they have 24,000 stars. Big shout out to Team Atiku Abubakar, currently leading the Star Wars. I know there are many Peter Obi fans and Tinubu fans who just don't know how to get stars. Let me show you how easy it is. Go to your Instagram. I say Instagram, your Facebook. You can only buy stars on Facebook. Facebook only. When you go to your Facebook profile, there's a search bar on the top right hand corner. Just type Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. You will see this page, it will come up. 744,000 followers. It's a verified page. Scroll down. You will see the video. You can see me there. That right there is me. All right. Click on the video. When you click on the video, you will see how to buy send stars. Click on that and boom, you can choose and buy and send to support the channel as many stars as you want. Somebody says star selling session. Waiting concern your papa. No be akara your papa carry for head they sell. See has to be like person where they carry in belle for inside uncompleted building. Collect rapture. Please, so that is how to do it. So, right now, Team Atiku Abubakar is leading. We have 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes for Basbos. Brume, you are handsome and good looking, and I like the way you look in the light, but you must not say a word. Mute
my mic now.
Mute your mic, Brume. Basbos, 10-minute time limit. Quite a few people are still getting stars. Somebody just got 100 stars, Simon Fidemax, and Obiora also got 200 stars. I can see you guys. I'm going to close Star Wars in exactly 10 minutes. I will close Star Wars in exactly 10 minutes. Let it not come. Then what now happens? You now start rushing and be stressing my life. Go and get your stars now. Over to you for the Bass Bow session. We have Mo the Voice for Team Peter Obi, and we've got Olu for Team Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Try, guys, not to talk over each other and try to pass your points across respectfully. Ladies and gentlemen, a total 10-minute time limit. We've got Bass Bows, and the clock starts now.
One of the first things I'd like to address is this obsession by Tinubu people about this manifesto. In 2015, Buhari, their man, who Tinubu was a cheerleader for, came up with 62 points in his manifesto. Until date, they are all failed. Let me help you with a few. Ban government officials from going abroad for medical treatment. Failed. State and community police. Failed. Public declaration of assets and liabilities. Failed. Introduction of national gender policy and offer of 35% appointment to women. Failed. Creation of 3 million jobs per year. Failed. The revival of Ajaokuta Steel Company. Failed. The creation of social welfare program where minimum of 5,000 naira will be paid to 25 million poorest and most vulnerable citizens. Failed. Building one of the fastest growing emerging economies in the world with a real GDP growth of average of 10% annually. Failed. Generation, transmission, and distribution of at least 20,000 megawatts of electricity within 4 years and increasing to 50,000 megawatts with the view of achieving 24/7 uninterrupted power supply within 10 years. Failed. Empowerment scheme to employ 740,000 graduates across the 36 states of the federal capital and the federal capital territory. Failed. Payment of allowances and to the discharge and but unemployed youth corps members for 12 months while in the skills and entrepreneurial development program. Failed. Establishment of free tuition and scholarship skill for pupils who have shown exceptional aptitude in science subjects. Failed. Creation of 720,000 jobs by the 36 states of the Federation per annum. Failed. Creation of additional middle class for at least 2 million new homeowners. Failed. Creating of National Conflict Resolution Commission to prevent and mitigate resolve civil conflicts. Farmers and herdsmen. Failed. Building 6 centers of excellence to address the needs of special education. Failed. Look, I don't understand why anybody is obsessed with people who write on paper, put it out, and will not come out. And I'm only on 18. It is 62. For the past 8 years, they have failed. So why are APC members so obsessed about a piece of paper? Peter Obi has appeared on the most TV stations, radio stations, talk with people. He flies through the national airport and people hug him and he still answers questions. But you think that our problem should be somebody writing on a piece of paper. I guarantee you that in the next 4 years, if Peter Obi becomes president, 50% of the things that he has promised us will come to pass because he has the will and he is not corrupt. When it comes to foreign relations and foreign policy, it is impossible to have foreign relations and foreign policy when you do not have good local policies or regional policies. It's practically impossible. You have to value your people and value what you bring to the world in order to have foreign policy that favors them. So it's amazing that we have been on this debate for the past 6 weeks, and Bongoli continues to bring innocent people like you out here to get smashed every Tuesday. It is sad. I don't even know why you support Tinubu. It makes no sense. You will take little conversations and you want to say Nigeria is producing the same most amount of rice. Nigeria is flooded. We have no electricity. Our people are afraid to be on the streets. Everybody is finding a way to jackpot. Even Nigerian pastors would advise you to activate Plan B or Option B to get out of Nigeria at all costs. But you are sitting here convinced that Nigeria is good. And what we need is more APC and more Tinubu to make Nigeria better.
Are you done? Are you done?
If I were your child, I would be disappointed.
So basically, Mother Voice, what I will just tell you is this: you are reading out statistics and all that. Even a 5 years old knows that you need a manifesto. Now you are talking about imaginary promises Tinubu Buhari made in his manifesto, right? That was what you are assessing him on now. Wait, let me finish. That's what you are assessing him on now. So you are even indicting yourself. Which shows that you need something that you can hold on to. Say, okay, this is what this person promised. That is the way it is done. Everywhere in the world, you must have a manifesto. See, don't be sugarcoating all these things. It is not done that way. You must have a written manifesto. This is what you want to do. That is the basis at which they will assess you in the long run. That it is all this he has crammed it. It's in his head. No, that's not the way it is done. You must have a written manifesto. That's the way it is done. That's number one. You see, my problem, people can talk. You are saying, and Obi has been talking. You can talk anything. And he has been lying profusely. But the issue is this. What is the situation of Anambra today? We are talking of foreign policy. When Obi was governor, what is the amount of foreign investment did he attract to Anambra? Those are the issues. It is not by making mouth. It is not by running shows and all that. It is not done that way. What did Obi, the other time we were talking about exchange rate, and I was saying Nigeria really don't need dollar. If you want to buy dollar, go to the open market and buy it for whatever you want to use it for. But there are some specific things that Nigeria should consider, federal government should have a solution for when people need dollar for it. And I talk about agriculture, I talk about technology, areas that we have competitive disadvantage, so that we can use it to add value to our system. That is what Nigeria needs dollar for. You want to buy a car abroad, go to Innocent. If you cannot go to Innocent, if the exchange rate is going to affect you, then buy your dollar, buy your Camry, buy your Range Rover from whatever you want to buy. You're not supposed to be complaining. Do you understand? Because the more we do that, the more our foreign reserve is being depleted. Women was talking about we bringing all manner of things, toothpicks, whatever to Nigeria. When you bring all those things to Nigeria, your foreign reserve is depleted. That is the truth, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's why I throw that question open. What we need dollar for? So that when you list what we need dollar for, when we can debate it. Do you understand? Obi was not known to attract foreign investment to Anambra. So how do you say he has a very good foreign policy? And we are talking to you that all the country that matters, they are visiting Tinubu in his office. Obi is going after them. So you cannot compare the two. Obi is going after them. So if you are saying all these things that Obi will do this, Obi, where is the evidence that he's going to do it? The guy lies too much. Where's the evidence? There's no evidence anywhere that he's going to do all those things. Do you understand? He does not have temperament. He does not have what it takes to look at Anambra now. My brother, look at Anambra. Look at how Anambra it is today. Today, there was, I think today or yesterday, there was a fire incident in Onitsha. They were using water tanker.
When in doubt, blame Peter Obi. It was Peter Obi's fault.
Water tanker in Anambra. That means he did not build any fire service. Look, see, let's face facts. Obi performed abysmally low. Today, all of you say, okay, bring Innocent, and we corrected you that he did not bring Innocent. If truly he built Innocent, are we supposed to be encouraging bringing cars from US, from abroad? Can't we patronize our locally made? What is it that we are bringing abroad in some of those things that we have, interesting, that we cannot make that we are not even making in Nigeria here? Somebody want to buy shoe, he will buy shoe abroad. He will say, I buy one is fake. The one they are selling in Abba is fake. So Mr. Obi does not have weight. Obi does not. You see, he does not have a track record of a good and sound foreign process. It has not happened in Anambra. But look at Lagos State. Lagos State has a direct investment, foreign investment of 1.05 billion out of 1.54 billion that came to Lagos, to Nigeria.
Mr. Olu, hold on. Mr. Olu, what kind of car do you drive?
What kind of car do I drive? I drive Camry. So that is why I'm telling you that if I want to buy Camry, wait now, if I want to buy Camry, I should not be complaining of exchange rate. Did I complain to you that the exchange rate is high? I didn't complain to you because I know I don't need it. I'm not supposed to.
You have been screaming about innocent, but you don't even drive an innocent car. Brume tried to explain to you that even first world countries import cars. So it's important that your exchange rate is at a good place, so it doesn't cost you too much to import those cars, because your car company in your country, Nigeria has 200 million people, over 200 million people. How many cars?
That is what I'm saying. We don't have the foreign reserve to cushion that. He is talking about balance of trade. We don't have.
That's what I'm asking you. How many cars does Innocent make per year to be able to satisfy the demand of Nigerians? Regardless of what we do, the dollar is always going to be important to us. I don't know. Brume gave you enough of a lecture on that one. I don't even think anybody can even do any better on that one. Let me address.
There's no lecture anywhere. What Brume was saying, he was just agreeing with me because I
he was agreeing with you.
He was agreeing with me because I asked him a question. What do we need dollar for? And he started talking of production. So
no. He talked about our ability to purchase things.
Listen. What he's saying, if he's talking about production, he was actually going to, that is what I'm trying to explain to him. Because when you produce more, and I give an example of rice. We are now the largest producer of rice in Africa. So that's what I'm saying. What do you need dollar for? Do you need dollar to be buying toothpicks?
So what you're saying to me, even if we are the largest producer of rice, even though we are hold on now, Mr. Olu, I'll let you speak. So even though we are the largest producer of rice, what about all the other indices that we're failing on? Why do we keep talking about rice? Because we don't have electricity, we don't have good roads, people are running away from the country, there are bandits everywhere, people are being kidnapped. What is our business with rice? Why are you so obsessed with the rice production?
Okay. Can I address what you have just said now? I'm not obsessed with it. It's our agricultural produce, not only rice, in our GDP has grown by 60% during this period. So I'm not just obsessed with rice. I'm telling you, that our agricultural products has improved as a result of devaluation. That's what I'm telling you.
The bottom line of leadership, right? The bottom line of leadership is to create a good middle class. If you're like you always boast that Lagos has the highest IGR, but how does it affect the people? If the people are still unhappy, if the people are still insecure, if the people don't have enough electricity, then it actually means nothing. It's just fine. Numbers.
Fine. Lagos has the biggest employment in Nigeria. Lagos State has
because
the biggest
of who?
Employment rate.
Because of who?
Because they keep creating the environment for that to.
No, they don't keep creating the environment. They were the federal capital territory. The seat of power in Nigeria for many years. All Nigerians invested in Lagos State to be what it is. It's not because the people in Lagos State are the smartest in Nigeria.
The new Lekki DC port that was created in Lekki there, do you know how many people that will be employed? Do you know how many employment it will generate? The Lekki Free Trade Zone, do you know how many employment that it will generate? That is visionary leadership. Do you know how many things it will generate? That the train that they are bringing now, the red rail and the blue rail, do you know how many employment that it will generate? Do we even have locomotive in Anambra?
No.
So those are the issues. Lagos they keep creating an employment.
How are you? So are you saying that it is Tinubu that made the locomotive?
One more minute. You guys have done.
No, what I'm saying, it of course, Lekki Free Trade Zone was created by him.
You guys have done 14 minutes. One more minute.
In 2006.
One more minute.
Do you understand?
So pretty much you're telling me that if Tinubu was in Kwara State to be the best state in Nigeria.
Of course, look at Kaduna now. Can you compare Kaduna with Anambra right now? You know,
he said yes, that if Tinubu was in Kwara State, if he was governor of Kwara State would be the best state in Nigeria.
Kaduna economy is better than Anambra as we speak because they have a visionary leader in El Rufai.
Oh wow!
It is all about leadership. When Lagos was making 600 million before Tinubu, do you know how Ozuba Mbadiwe looked like pre-99? That is why we have civil sector, Oriental Hotel, and all those places now.
All Tinubu supporters think that Oshodi is as good as Dubai.
Pre-99? Do you know it looks like in pre-99? Do you know why they call that Oriental bus stop Sanfield? Do you know why they call it Sanfield bus stop? Do you know why it was called Sanfield?
No, tell us.
Lagos has changed pre-99 to date, except you are blind, or except you don't...
All right, time up. Thank you guys so much for taking part in today's debate. It was fun listening to you guys, and I'm sure the audience, who rose to as high as 700 people at a point, found it very, very, very nice. Thank you all for supporting the channel with stars. Coming in at number 3, we had Team Tinubu with 4,200 stars. Coming in at number 2, Team Peter Obi, 15,000 stars. Ima Okele did so well, but in the face of Black Mentor and his wife, Joseph Nantoma and Mercy Nantoma, who together did 24,000 stars, sadly, the Star Wars winner is not with us today. That is Team Atiku Abubakar. But they still get their what is it called? Their post. So tomorrow, Team Atiku Abubakar, make sure I get the material needed for the post. Thank you so much, Team Obi. You guys did well. But
do we
sadly,
get a chance for closing statements?
Yes. 1 minute for the closing statement each, and you are being timed. So thank you so much, everyone. After the closing statement, everybody goes 3, 2, 1. 1 minute exactly. Starting with you, Mo the Voice. Sorry, Team Tinubu should start first. Team Tinubu, you have 1 minute. Closing statement. Your time starts now.
My advice to Nigeria is that vote for somebody that knows the way, somebody who has done it before. Lagos State, pre-1999 to date now, has become the fourth largest economy in Africa, attracting investment all over the world. Vote for somebody who has done it before. I don't want Nigeria to make mistake by saying somebody will do this, somebody will do that. Let us vote for somebody who has done it before. Tinubu has proven severally to be a visionary leader, a performer. That is what we are saying here. He has done it before, and he can do it again. So let us vote. Nigerians should vote wisely. We don't want somebody who promised. Look at Lagos. Look at Anambra. That should guide you as to who to vote for. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is very, very important. Nigeria should not afford to make that mistake and vote for someone that does not have any track record, who has not achieved anything, whose name was found in Pandora papers, who invested state fund in family business. That is a textbook definition of corruption. Or is it PDP we want to talk about, who plundered Nigeria to where we are today? How can you have over $500 billion in, you make over $500 billion, in good earnings and nothing to show for it? Don't forget, Obi was part of PDP. Obi was part of PDP.
Time up, time up, time up.
By May.
Time up.
PDP in May.
1 minute.
You.
God bless you. Mo the voice, stay within time, and here goes.
Nigeria's foreign policy is non-existent. There cannot be any proper foreign policy or foreign relations if you do not have effective local, national or regional policies and relations. The APC and Buhari have no value for Nigeria or Nigerian lives. Hence, they have allowed bandits to freely kidnap and terrorize the people. The government has not been able to provide adequate electricity for its people with a docile president who has spearheaded the destruction of the Nigerian economy. A country that barely produces anything and imports everything. A country whose university students have been out of school for many months. A country whose president cannot survive without visiting a hospital overseas cannot have a foreign policy. If you produce nothing and have no value for your people, it is impossible to have a foreign policy. If Nigeria had a good national policy, there will not be herdsmen and farmer clashes. If Nigeria had good regional policies, members of ISWAP will not be killing and kidnapping Nigerians within Nigeria. Vote for good character. Vote for a person who can stand the international community. America, the West has nothing to hold against Peter Obi, but if you bring out Atiku, they will have his money laundering against him. If you bring out Tinubu, they're going to have his drug activities against him, and then they control the things that we do. Let us be smart and let us vote for Peter Obi and Labour Party.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. The debate has been amazing. Take care, everyone, and God bless you. Now, guys, I want to officially hand over. Don't forget to support Taste Buds NG. She does event catering, office canteen management, parties, and all that. Do support her. +234 909 644 8433. You can also order your meals in bowls. Take care, guys. God bless and good night. Once again, the Taste Buds number is +234 909 644 8433. Big shout out to Pastor Toby Adegoyega, my brother PT. I see you in the building. Take care, everyone. God bless. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Congratulations, Timatiku. Oluwapiti.